Good morning, America. My name is John, and I am the traditional liberal. Now, if you browse trad wife or even just stay-at-home wife content online, you will inevitably come across women arguing that it is dangerous to be financially dependent upon a man. So, a few issues with this. First, almost all of us are financially dependent on a man. I'm financially dependent on my boss. He's financially dependent on his boss. For some reason, the women who say this have no issue being financially dependent on a man, but they have a huge problem with being financially dependent on a husband, and that is ridiculous. Look, I like my boss. He seems like a really nice guy. He treats me fair, pays me well. But the day it becomes financially more lucrative to do so, he'll fire me. I have absolutely no illusions about that. I just have to make sure that day doesn't come. I'm a cog in the machine, and I have to keep the machine churning. But a husband is different. See, I stood in front of friends and family and promised to the heavens above to love and care for my wife no matter what. And there have been bad times. There has been, for better or for worse, sickness and health. We're still here. Because it's not a financial arrangement. It's a promise. We are a union, and that means something to us. A husband is way more reliable than a job. You know, most people have a new job every few years. Most people don't have a new husband every few years. And then there's the inevitable, what if he cheats or dies or gets sick or disabled? Well, unpopular opinion, but a promise is a promise. We did not promise to stick together through the good times, but throw in the towel the second it gets bad. And for the other stuff, unlike a job, we have excellent contingency plans. If I die, we have multiple life insurance policies. She'll own the house and cars outright and have enough to live on while she figures out her next move, which will probably be to remarry, which is a good thing because I don't want her to be alone. She also gets the 401k if that happens. See, provide and protect doesn't just mean for today or for as long as I'm here, it's forever. And what if I lose my job? Well, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and a new job that pays better than the old one. Very few people stay at the same job for life, but most marriages do last. And then, but what if he trades you in for a younger model? It's a ridiculous question, because it ignores the fact that men and women are different. Both men and women cheat, men at a slightly higher rate, but neither at a majority rate. For women, it's about 13%, and men, it's about 20%. But men and women cheat differently, and this is the thing that women don't seem to realize. When a woman cheats, she is much more likely to fall in love, and sometimes she will even leave for the new man. It's called an exit affair. It's still not super common, but it's much more common for women than it is for men. It's just not how men cheat. Men have flings, one-off incidents. He's not looking for replacement. He's looking for excitement or to feel like a man again. It's still despicable, but when he gets caught, he doesn't leave for the new woman. He begs for forgiveness. If a marriage breaks up after infidelity, it is because the woman left. And I get it. Betrayal sucks. It's horrible. And especially in that moment, it feels unforgivable. But that promise is still there. He did not trade her in for a younger model. He did something stupid and morally reprehensible, and then she abandoned the marriage instead of choosing to work through their problems. But all of these what ifs that I've just described have two things in common. First, they are uncommon disaster scenarios. Second, they're all about money. The women who are so against being stay-at-home wives are absolutely money obsessed, and it shows. And that actually brings me to part 2 of this. These same women will often have advice for you if you want to take that risk. First, they'll recommend that she demand her own retirement account in her name that he contributes to. This is silly. Every state in America has community property laws. If a couple divorces, it doesn't matter one bit whose name is on the account. It is split. That extra account in her name does nothing except complicate their finances. There is no financial benefit to having two retirement accounts with $25,000 in each versus having one with having $50,000. The compound interest, they will grow at about the same rate. If there's only one account and they divorce, she gets half. If there's two, she still gets half. It makes no difference. So that is bad advice in that it is nonsense. But then there's the really bad advice. Sometimes they will recommend a secret bank account, money stashed away to be kept in case of divorce. I cannot stress this enough. Do not do this. If you are in divorce proceedings and this is discovered, you will likely lose 100% of those secret assets to your spouse, and you could even face jail time. This is illegal in all 50 states. Do not do this. Look, here's what it boils down to. That very first bit, being financially dependent on a man. He's not a man. He's your husband. He's the man that you chose, you selected, you vetted, and trusted to treat you well. And if you bothered to do that vetting, if you chose well, and not just based on butterflies and adrenaline, the rest will most likely work itself out. And that's all I have for you today. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to hear more, and comment below your thoughts. Thank you, and good night, America.